Welcome, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with you today with this talented group. We're very excited to be as together again as possible in support of charity for a table read of Season 5's Cooperative Polygraphy. To support our charity partners, which help the world by providing fresh, nourishing meals to responders working on the front lines and vulnerable communities across the country, please visit the link on your screen or go to wck.org/community. That's wck.org/community. It's easy to remember, because it's like the word wick with no vowels. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Joel McHale.
Hi.
Gillian Jacobs.
Hello.
Danny Pudi.
Hi.
Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hey, everybody.
Allison Bree.
Hi.
Donald Glover.
Thumbs up, 7 up.
Jim Rash.
Hi. Let me do that again. Hold on. Hi.
Ken Jeong. Boo. And because Walton Goggins regrettably could not be here, we have at least one of the Mandalorians here himself, Mr. Pedro Pascal. Thank you for filling in.
Woo!
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show. I don't know if you're the actual Mandalorian.
Oh, Dan.
Are you a Baby Yoda?
Dan.
All right. Well, it's an honor to have you here. We know that from just fiscally. Okay. And as if that couldn't get any more bonusy, doing the actual theme is the actual theme song writer and performer from the 88, Keith Sledadall. Hey, Keith.
Hey.
Thank you so much. I love that song so much, man, and I'm really grateful you did it because
Thank you so much.
It was one of my favorite bands. So stay tuned for that, and let's get started. There's one more note I have to tell you because it might be kind of jarring just because his voice is a little weird, but Jim Rash will not only be playing Dean Pelton, he will also be playing the role of lie detector lady. I don't know the
Her
character's name.
name is Mara.
All right.
What I'm about to do is show the range I have.
Yeah. So if you see Jim saying lines about people lying, that's Mara,
That's
not
Mara.
Dean Pelton.
Yes.
And shout out to the writer of this draft, episode 503. It was Alex Rubens, who's been rejoining us on Rick and Morty season 6 right now, and he's a great community writer, and this is one of his finest scripts. And the director, Tristram Shapiro, was with us for all of season 5, and shout out to him wherever he is. Okay, without further ado, cold open, fade in, interior, study room, day. Jeff, Annie, Britta, Shirley, Troy, and Abed enter wearing ceremonial laser lotus robes and hats. The mood, obligatory post-funereal respectfulness. Troy puts an energon pod at Pierce's old spot. Jeff takes off his hat.
Well, that was a bizarre afternoon.
I guess I knew that Pierce was part of a weird futuristic cult, but I wasn't prepared for a funeral with so much beeping.
Oh, let's not judge. People have the right to whatever fake religion they delusionally choose.
Abed, you were by the coffin for a long time. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Although,
Troy and Abed are in
mourning.
Seriously, will you guys please stop doing that?
I couldn't believe you sang it in your eulogy. So uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think the audience got that we were singing mourning with a U.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't...
You were singing it with a U?
I still don't fully understand the laser lotus theology. So Pierce's body was in the coffin and we buried it, but this energon pod contains his life vapor?
Yeah, it's all right here in this incredibly persuasive literature they passed out. When you get to level 16, you can finally see the color blurble.
Of all the ridiculous cartoon nonsense, if there is a blurble, the Lord keeps it hidden for a reason.
Chang enters with his ankle bracelet.
What up, N-Bombs? How was the funeral? Awesome?
No, Chang, our friend's funeral was not awesome. It was deeply sad. You know, funeral style.
Excuse me, I thought you guys hated Pierce.
No, we love that dude.
You sure you're not just doing that whole respect the dead jiggalig?
I think you have us mistaken for you, Chang.
I don't know, I definitely remember you complaining about him. A lot.
Well, we complained about him when he was alive. This is different.
Everybody nods with obligatory seriousness and looks at the energon pod as if it were a stand-in for Pierce himself.
Can't believe we're never going to see him again.
Just a reminder, you have to live life to the fullest. By the time Pierce was my age, he had already been fired from 15 jobs. I've only seen 2 police academies. The last 2.
Troy momentarily realizes he is not living life to the fullest. Shots fired.
He's gone too soon, but he won't soon be forgotten.
I would say that's quite correct, Mr. Winger.
Standing in the doorway is a severe-looking, emotionless man, DeLorean, in a suit holding a briefcase. This is Mr. Stone.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Mr. Stone.
Ha! Easy for you to say. And us.
I work for Mr. Hawthorne. He specified in his will that no matter how natural in appearance the circumstances of his death, a private inquest should be conducted to determine whether any of you, his former study group, murdered him.
Everyone is stunned. A polygraph reader, Mara, and her assistant in lab coats wheel in a large polygraph machine.
To be cleared, you must all submit to a polygraph test.
Oh, Snizzle, you guys are in trouble. Later.
Mr. Chang, I presume? You've also been listed as a suspect and are requested to participate.
Fine, but I asked the questions.
I'm afraid I can't allow that.
All right, then just the fine part.
We hear the hiss of escaping air. Angle on Troy, who has been toying with the Energon pod. It's emitting vapor at a high velocity.
Oh, God. We're losing Pierce. Quick.
Troy starts intentionally inhaling vapor.
Someone get a balloon.
Give me some rum, tie me to dream. Give me the phone to run out of steam. Somebody said it could be here. We could be roped up, tied up, dead in a year. I can't count the reasons I should stay. One by one, they all just fade away.
Now the special anti-COVID lyrics for the second verse. Washing those hands, keeping apart, wearing our masks, don't inhale farts, don't touch objects that have been touched by any non-essential personnel in 14 days. Okay.
So not inhaling farts, that's something?
That's the only way you can get it.
That's a
You can quote me on that.
Okay, I have to.
If you inhale farts within 24 hours, you can counter the symptoms by injecting sunlight with just a skosh of disinfectant.
I mean, my days are spent smelling farts. This is a real setback for me.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
What? Oh, Donald, no.
Have a great weekend, man. Have a great weekend.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's on the back of 4.
Guys, I
Yeah,
begged
brother.
Donald, and he could only commit to 5 pages. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Awesome song. Act 1, fade in, interior study room, moments later. Mara and her assistant are setting up their equipment to the side of the study table and hooking Chang and the gang up to the machine with Velcro wrist cuff sensors.
I always wanted to try a polygraph. They're like the pie fight of cop movies.
And the acupuncture of the legal system.
Can't believe Pierce would think we might murder him.
Wow, what a waste of murder. I mean, he was like 79.
I suppose anyone wants to know that I consider this a violation.
It's just Pierce being Pierce. Besides, it's like his final wish.
If I had a final wish, I'd use it to stay alive.
Let's do it. How do we begin?
Mr. Stone takes a stack of papers from his briefcase.
We're to start with Miss Perry. Please state your name.
Britta Perry.
Have you ever had thoughts of violence toward Pierce Hawthorne?
No.
Lie.
Well, whatever. We all want to slap him now and then, but I didn't kill him.
In all your sexual fantasies about Pierce Hawthorne, none of them involved his murder?
What? No.
So you did have sexual fantasies about Mr. Hawthorne?
No. I mean, what kind of question is that?
I'm asking the questions just as Mr. Hawthorne wrote them, I assure you. Mr. Winger, state your name.
Jeff Winger.
Are you gay?
No.
Are you sure you're not gay?
Yes.
Gay murderer says what?
What?
He's telling the truth.
I've been instructed to point out that that means you're gay. Mrs. Bennett, please state your name.
Shirley Bennett.
Are you a dishonest person?
No.
She thinks that's true.
Oh, you could have just said that. I'm watching you acting scientific about adding your 2 cents to everything. Continue.
Is it true you're a platinum level donor with the pro-life organization prenatalapatriots.org?
What?
Keep it cool, girls.
It's my money, my choice.
Yeah, well, if I wanted the government in my uterus, I'd fill it with oil and Hispanic voters.
That's okay. Stay frosty, ladies. Don't let your goats get got.
Mr. Barnes, state your name.
Troy Barnes. Oh man, I meant to say Butts Carlton.
That would've been good.
He did mean to say Butts Carlton.
He said Butts Carlton.
Barnes, did you get angry when Mr. Hawthorne told you Fat Albert died of diabetes?
Yes. Yes, wouldn't you?
Angry enough to murder him?
No.
Is it true that you and Abed Nadir have an elaborate doomsday escape plan to be used in the event of zombie attacks?
We might have a designated rendezvous point and a couple of bug-out bags full of gold coins and condoms, in case we have to bargain our way onto a boat. The coins are for buying food.
Does your doomsday plan account for the welfare of any of your other friends?
Pass.
Answer the question.
No.
Troy, rude!
It's a doomsday plan, not a picnic plan. Do you really want to witness the horrors we might have to endure just to get on a boat?
I guess not.
That's a lie.
He's doing it again. Pierce is doing it again.
Mr. Chang, state your name.
Benjamin Franklin Chang. Ready to deal out the truth. Nothing to hide. Let's do this.
Have you ever masturbated in the study room?
Without a word, Chang unhooks himself from the machine and walks right out of the room. The others are horrified.
Mr. Nadir, state your name.
I've been Nadir.
Have you ever 9/11'd anyone?
No.
When you were a child, did you ever kill a squirrel with a slingshot and were surprised you felt nothing and then wondered if you were capable of doing it to a human?
That's why you don't have to be scared.
No.
Everyone looks at Mara. She nods. Everyone exhales.
You and Troy still actively use Jeff's Netflix account without his permission?
Wait, what?
You told Pierce that?
You logged in at our place and never logged out, so we use it.
Wait, is that why my review of The Gray is constantly changing?
Yeah, stop giving it 4 stars.
I like Liam Neeson.
Okay, well then send him a message about the roles he chooses.
This is not the issue. You're stealing from me.
And as your roommate, you're making me an accomplice. I had no idea.
Lie.
That's right.
Why did I
And by the
even
way,
try
if something
that?
else wants to
State your name, please, miss.
What?
Annie
Oh, yeah.
Edison.
Miss Edison,
Can I help you?
did you use your exceptional intelligence and organizational skills to plot the foolproof murder of Pierce Hawthorne?
Oh, and no.
Is it true you overcharged Troy and Abed for their share of the rent?
Everyone looks at
Your
Annie.
name, sir?
Pierce.
Well,
Annie?
actually, my name is Bill Winkle.
Yes,
and I'm
but for a good reason. I padded your share of the rent by $10, and I've been putting it in a savings account that yields 8%. You guys know you're bad with money. You'll thank me in 7 years when you find out that you have $86. That's jacket money.
You hear that, Abed? We've been washing paper plates and making our own toothpaste, but by the time we have robot bodies on the moon, we get to share a free jacket.
Annie, you should know better than to hoard money. That's a stereotype.
Was that anti-Semitism?
No, that was sensitivity. It's anti-Semitic to do things like that when you know full well you're Jewish.
Whoa.
I mean,
We could have used that money to finally get a tire for our tire swing.
Or your own Netflix account.
You know what?
No,
This
I
is
appreciate how
absurd.
everybody's
I
always
cannot believe, Shirley, that you're
All right. Shall we begin?
Wait, what do you mean, begin?
That completes the calibration round of questioning. We're ready to begin the formal inquest.
Well, I think we're ready to end. We've humored this long enough.
it's for Pierce.
Look, respect for the dead is only a thing because the dead can't usually do more damage.
The rest of the group nods and starts detaching their cuffs.
You can leave anytime you'd like, but it should be noted that Mr. Hawthorne's estate is worth over $20 million. And only those cleared of his murder can receive their bequeathments.
The group stops. They look at each other.
I'm only gonna say this once. Clearly, Pierce is trying to lure us into a labyrinth of emotional manipulation and strategic instigation. And I think we're all smart enough to know we should quit while we're not ahead.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right, I
right. You're
agree.
right.
Yeah.
They're all lying.
We all know that, you judgmental bitch.
Fade out. Yeah, Purina dog chow.
Yeah.
I like it. It's like a commercial, but he's like, yeah, you're in a dog job. You don't love this, bro. Like,
That's all that we remember of broadcast television. Would they really just snuggle fabric softener? Act 2, fade in. Interior study room moments later. Mr. Stone begins the official deposition.
Miss Perry, have you ever eaten at the sandwich shop started by Mrs. Bennett and Mr. Hawthorne?
Yes.
And what sandwich do you order from Shirley Sandwiches?
The only one I can, the Helen of Soy with no mayo.
Helen of Soy.
Are you aware that in order to save money, Shirley stopped using real tofu and replaced it with a Midwestern tofu substitute called meat fu, made from processed slaughterhouse leavings?
Oh my God!
Well, it's still not actually meat. Not legally.
You have never respected anything I hold sacred.
I'm sorry.
Shirley, did you know Britta was high on marijuana at your eldest son's baptism?
I'm sorry.
Well, no higher than usual.
Not true.
You did drugs in my church?
No, I did drugs in the parking lot of your church. And how else do you expect somebody to sit through something like that? At least a bris has an element of suspense.
Yeah, well, next time I'll have Cheech and Chong warm up the crowd.
Guys, these questions are obviously designed to turn us against each other. We can beat Pierce at his game if we just own up to our mistakes and forgive each other.
Mr. Winger, is it true you keep trophies of your sexual conquests?
In a church, Britta? For shame. It's where Jesus gets his mail.
Answer the question, Adrian Grody.
I know what Pierce is referring to. I have a box of forgotten items in my apartment, and I happen to be a single male. Visitors leave things.
Is one of your trophies a pair of Miss Perry's panties?
You told me a hawk stole them! You exploited me and made me believe in a slightly more magical world.
If you want to collect women's underwear, can't you just buy them?
Oh, then no, they have to be won in battle.
Oh, God.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Look, I think we can all agree that the gross thing here is Pierce snooping through my stuff.
Not really. Abed and I go through your stuff all the time. Why do you keep your bread in the freezer?
And why does your bathroom mirror say you're special when it fogs up?
Look, I don't have to answer that. You took a shower?
Barnes?
Okay, I did it. I killed Pierce.
Lie.
Okay, good. I was just making sure.
Mr. Barnes, you and Abed and Adir have a specialized exclusive handshake that you refuse to do with your other friends?
Absolutely.
Troy and Abed do the Troy Abed double five.
Mr. Barnes, did you invent that handshake?
Yes.
Lie.
Abed looks at Troy. Troy looks at Abed, terrified.
Mr. Barnes, are you a subscriber to the video blog Fun for Friends?
No.
Lie.
Shut your mouth, wench!
Abed is already on his phone thumbing something in. We see a video on his phone featuring Kevin, a guy in a cowboy hat and overalls, standing next to Kyle, a guy in a hoodie. They're about 30 and standing in a garage.
Hi, I'm Kevin. This is Kyle, and this is a fun handshake you can do with your best friend.
Kevin takes a half step back from Kyle. They square themselves, exchange "Are you ready?" and yes looks, then engage in what we have known as the Troy Abed 5. Abed stares at his phone.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.
Abed puts his phone down.
Can't look at you right now.
Then you should know I'm crying.
I forgive you, but only to escape the established pattern of self-righteous indignation followed by immediate comeuppance.
Mr. Nadir.
Okay, I guess it's happening anyway. You broke my heart.
Oh.
Continue.
Is it true that you planted geo-tracking devices on everyone in the group so that you know where they are at all times?
Yes. Okay, you guys are changing faces. Are you mad at me or hungry?
You're tracking us? We're mad at you, Abed.
Why?
Because we already live in a totalitarian surveillance state. Do you not read my status updates?
But I'm not the government. I'm your friend.
What governments say, Nimrod?
Abed pulls out his phone and opens an app.
It's cool, though. When one of you gets kidnapped, you'll be glad you don't have to count bumps on the highway from the trunk of a car.
Britta grabs his phone and looks at it.
Are these blinking dots us? What's this one way off to the side?
That's where Pierce is buried?
Oh.
Is that why you were spending so much time by the coffin?
I was trying to get it back. They're expensive, but he's not really moving anymore.
Abed, where did you plant these?
They all start patting their clothes, freaked out.
If it makes you feel any better, you'll never find them.
I know you know it's wrong to do that without telling us. Shame on you.
Okay. I'm ashamed.
Lie.
Miss Edison, is it true you once secretly dosed the members of your study group with a pharmaceutical amphetamine?
Everyone looks at Annie. She adjusts her hair for a while, then acts like she just noticed them.
Oh, I guess kind of.
What?
What?
Annie!
Okay, it sounds worse on paper than it was. We were cramming for the anthro final. Everyone was falling asleep. I put 5 milligrams of something in coffee, and we all got an A. Done.
Hey, I'm a bad person for tracking your location, but you altered my brain chemistry? I was up for 3 days that week. I invented an entire language, you flapdarting gitsort.
I'm sorry.
You mess with my brain. That's a big deal, okay? This is a big deal. I don't mess with your brain, Annie.
You kind of do.
I don't think I do.
What about her Facebook boyfriend?
What?
That's different.
You made a profile for a fake dude and lured her into an online relationship. He's catfishing you.
Your Olympic pole vaulting hopeful Brent Underjaw?
I noticed whenever you were in a relationship, you hummed a lot and made pancakes in the morning. It wasn't about hurting you. I did what I did in the name of breakfast.
I bore my soul to you. I told you about my holding hands at Disneyland fantasy. Abed, do you care about people at all? Answer on the polygraph.
Everyone looks at Abed. He makes a decision.
Jeff made me apply for a handicap parking spot so he can get a better spot.
Britta's the one who invited Garrett to Annie's birthday party.
Troy won't sit on a toilet seat after Jeff.
When we're alone, Shirley refers to you guys as those people.
Annie has a secret copy of Jeff's apartment key.
Shirley thinks we're all going to hell.
You are all going to hell, and it's God who thinks it. I can't believe we're sitting having this argument about this all the time.
Stop. We have to stop letting Pierce do this to us.
Hawthorne hasn't asked a question in quite some time, Mr. Winger.
This sinks in with the group.
He's right. I actually forgot for a second that Pierce was dead.
Maybe that's what he wanted.
Or maybe he wanted us to know we're no better off without him.
Or no better than him.
Kind of nailed it, didn't he?
More silence. Chang storms in.
Didn't just masturbate in the study room. I masturbated everywhere.
And now Daniel got the job.
Wow.
We had to do whatever he said.
Confession is good for the soul. You guys should try it sometime.
He exits again. Fade out. End of Act 2. Kind of a double beat in there too, but we were probably behind schedule. They sort of figure out twice that Pierce is trying to get them to turn against each other.
I love that you're critiquing 10 years later.
Why couldn't this show be 2 acts? All right, Act 3, fade in. Interior study room, moments later. The group sits unhappily around the room, hands still on their cuffs, unsure of what to do.
There's another round of questions if you'd like to continue.
Want to give us a moment to sit in our own filth before you heap another bucket on us?
It's amazing, after all this time, how much we've kept hidden from each other. You'd think we would have learned by now to be better people.
I think we got into this mess by thinking there's such a thing as better people. Wait, that's it. If we're no better than Pierce, that means Pierce was no worse than us, and that means nobody's really that bad.
Everyone is surprised to find that this makes sense to them.
So what if we're willing to suffer and inflict pain at the mere prospect of material reward? If we stop now, it doesn't make us better. It just makes us so dishonest that we'd rather be poor than admit we're flawed. Pierce admitted he was flawed, and he died rich. It's time to celebrate his life and death the honest way. Not by saying fake nice things around a casket, but by admitting we're monsters and clawing joyfully for some of his cash.
Everyone agrees.
Yeah.
I guess.
Does anybody have anything left before we continue? Let's empty our tanks of lies once and for all. My name is Jeff Winger, and if I had my choice, I'd rather look at myself naked than the women I sleep with.
I'm the one who hit Jeff's Lexus in the parking lot. It wasn't a taco truck, and it was racist of me to improvise such an ethnically specific vehicle.
I only give money to homeless people when I'm walking with someone.
I've never been to Legoland. I just wanted you guys to think I was cool.
I can be a little passive-aggressive sometimes. Don't everybody disagree at once. Oh, Sorry, I did it again.
When any of you chew gum, I want to punch you. You may as well have submachine guns in your mouths. It vibrates my skull.
Okay.
Weirdly dark.
Everybody clear? All right. Mr. Stone, hit us with the grand finale. May it be as brutal as we deserve.
Yeah, give it to us.
Yeah.
Very well. Mr. Hawthorne's final round of questions. Britta Perry, do you know that you hate yourself more than you should? And that your passion inspired me?
Everyone is surprised by the tone shift.
Oh, no.
That's true. She didn't know.
Miss Perry, I leave my iPod Nano filled with music to take life less seriously by.
The assistant places an iPod Nano in front of Britta.
Oh, that's nice.
I also leave you this. I also leave you. I also leave you this liquid nitrogen cooled cylinder. I also leave you this liquid nitrogen cooled cylinder of my hyperviral sperm in case you're lesbian. When I was looking at it the first time. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yes?
I also leave you this liquid nitrogen cooled cylinder of my hyperviral sperm in case your lesbian lifestyle one day wears out and you wish to raise an army of geniuses.
The assistant places a silver, futuristic-looking cylinder, smoky with dry ice, on the table in front of her. She stares at the cylinder, stunned and disgusted.
Shirley, did you know that you are not only a credit to your race and gender, but to our species? And that I was intimidated by your strength of character and business acumen?
Yes.
Mara nods.
I leave Shirley Bennett my spacious timeshare in Florida, where she can take what's-his-name and however many children she has now.
Shirley is dumbfounded.
I also leave you a cylinder of sperm. I also leave you a cylinder of my sperm.
Yes, I did.
The assistant places another cylinder in front of Shirley.
Annie Edison, did you know that you were always my favorite?
Annie blushes.
You mentioned it once, but
I leave you this tiara, which you once refused to accept. It's the same tiara I used to wear when my mother would verbally assault me for not being a little girl.
The assistant gives Annie the tiara Pierce tried to give her in intermediate documentary filmmaking.
Also, sperm.
The assistant gives her a sperm cylinder.
Jeff Winger, did you know you're gay?
No.
Agree to disagree. To you, I leave this bottle of fine scotch so that you're less tempted to drink.
I was waiting for it.
How do you guys do this?
This is us, so we do. We laughed.
Agree to disagree. To you, I leave this bottle of fine scotch so that you're less tempted to drink the cylinder of even finer sperm.
A box of fine scotch and sperm cylinder are placed in front of Jeff.
Abed Nadir, did you know that you are insane and that nothing you said made any sense to me?
Yes.
Here's your sperm.
Anytime that happens, when I watch the episode, I like die. Like, I love that. Here's your sperm,
how do you make sperm funny 8 times in a row? It's pretty
because he's changing. Like we all know it's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like here you go. It's like it's becoming less of a like thing.
Oh God.
Here's your sperm.
Here's your sperm. Okay.
Sorry, Pedro. Can you take it from here as your sperm? Yeah.
Here's your sperm.
Sperm is placed in front of Abed.
Troy Barnes, did you know that you possess the greatest gift life can give? The heart of a hero. And that it's up to you not to waste it like I did?
I think.
To Troy, I leave the obligatory sperm.
Sperm cylinder is placed in front of Troy.
Maybe it's because everyone else already got one, or maybe it's because it's an old man's semen. But I'm kind of disappointed.
In addition, I am prepared to leave Troy Barnes my remaining shares in the Hawthorne Wipes Company, currently valued at $14.3 million.
Everyone stares at Troy. Troy is expressionless.
On one condition.
Right.
You must first sail my first boat, the Childish Tycoon, by yourself around the entire world.
What?
Again with the bait and switch.
When I was 23, my father asked me to do the same thing to earn my adulthood and his fortune. Of course, I cheated and floated off the coast of Belize for a year doing coke with John Denver. I always regretted it. I'd like to give you a chance to do what I never did. Become your own man.
DeLorean.
Okay, I'm a lawyer, Troy. It should be possible to contest these conditions as unreasonable.
I'll do it.
And Pierce can take his mind games and his sperm and put them...
I'll do it.
What?
Troy?
Pierce was a crazy old coot, yeah, but I think he knew something about me that even I didn't know until now. Because he's offering me something I've been searching for my whole life. Millions of dollars. Oh, and becoming a man and stuff, too.
The rest of the group is just plain shocked.
Jeff, say something.
I'm speechless.
Somebody say something. Abed?
Cool. Cool.
That's a lie.
Fade out. End of Act 3.
Always
So sad.
So sad.
Try
Very sad.
ending that sadly, 30 Rock. That's how we always got them. That's how we always got the competition. We weren't afraid to bum everyone out. Tag, interior bar, night. The gang is at a bar with Mr. Stone, who is in the middle of downing a huge stein of beer all at once. Stone is way more drunk than everyone else.
No, I couldn't say anything, but oh my God, I was going to explode. Last question with all that nice stuff. We were having this big discussion about whether to quit. First I was like, I was like, this is the best. We should do this every week. I'm a fun guy, you know. Talk about lying. I was lying the whole time. This is the real me. I'm artistic. Isn't that right, baby?
Mr. Stone puts an affectionate hand on Mara.
Okay, don't touch me, Jason.
Mr. Stone turns to Jeff.
She's into me.
The rest of the group looks at Mr. Stone uncomfortably.
By the way, we never found out how Pierce died.
Oh my God! I didn't tell you this yet? It was dehydration from filling all those cylinders. I mean, that's how I want to go, but hey, I'm nuts. Hey, are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
The group is silent.
Shots!
Back here, you little scallywags.
Adorable.
Right, that's adorable.
Fade out. End of tag. Would you guys mind waiting here while I run over to the office? I just want to do a couple punch-ups. I think you get overtime.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think this whole thing should be sent to Winnebago.
We did it.
That's good.
Thanks, Pedro. We love you.
Hey, thank you.
You're the MVP.
Thank you. You guys are amazing.
Thanks for watching the community script read-through. Thank God for all of you that liked the show, and thank you to the cast members and to Jim's being stuck in an IKEA somewhere. But I want to let you know that Sony is making a donation on behalf of the World Central Kitchen, and you can donate to the World Central Kitchen. This is why we did this. Do you think that Donald really has the time? No, he doesn't. So this was really cool. So please donate to the World Central Kitchen, and you will feed essential workers and people that are on the front lines and people who are truly in need. And so thank you to everyone who stayed and watched.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching Animal Practice.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
Thanks for watching.
Hi, hey guys, this is me, David. We're just in a cafeteria for food details. Worst job, I'm afraid. So this time, I have Billy, Anna. It's like praying for like giving up first time. It wasn't this a great idea. Thanks, Harry. Well, that's for every times too.
Next time, remember.
Change responsibility, and we know this, from every time.
Bye.
Ever true. On the tail right now. Goodbye.